Yo, hey guys, Bweeks here, back in the video. Gonna be doing a requested video today. I'm gonna be talking about a skill-based ranger. It's only gonna be on NG+5, so I'm not sure if it's actually going to work. I know it will scale into the late game eventually, but I didn't change my blessings. I'm still doing the life leech on primary. You could switch this for the crit damage bonus or something else. Divine hammer instead of divine strike, you could use either one. Using Path of the Defender for just less damage taken, then Blessing of Mind for the mana regen, using Phonetic Eruption to get into combo, Evil Infusion to leech off of my skills because it's going to be a skill-based build. Going to be using Wicked Sickness to deal more damage when I'm in combo, Starlit Stinger to do more crit with my skills, Harry Magus to be basically a mana like sustain, so when I crit with my skills I will be getting mana back. And then I'm doing my normal fountain setup. Statues being Bolgarth for increasing the combo time, Cedric for extra damage based on my resist, and Wilmer for extra damage based on the cost of my skills. I have one drink that's increasing the cost of my skills. It was 35, now it's up to 43. So we'll do a little bit more damage with that. But basically this is going to be a skill-based ranger, and we're doing NG+5. My starting stats are -53 armor, -70 resist. I haven't done Moon Temple, Arena, or Pyramid of Prophecy, so this is all there is to this character, and we'll see kind of how it goes, because I'm not really sure how it's going to be at this level. I've never tried it at this level. I can already tell, we're going to have some mana issues, but we'll try to work on that as we progress, because there's a lot of spamming basically with the Ranger. Oh, also starting items was Lucky Hat, Staff of Auto Casting. I don't have this attuned, so I'm only at 35 crit. If it was attuned, I'd be higher. I think it's like 44, basically. And my other starting items aren't too impressive, but there they are. So this is kind of like worst possible setup I could have. Alright, there's Blackjack. Because ideally you could roll the shop until you get the second crit item, and you can attune the staff, which I thought about like redoing all my attunements to get it, but I'll just attune it after this, and if it looks fun or successful, I'll just play it again later. So it looks like my AoE clear is like amazing. I'm not really sure how my boss damage is going to be, but we'll see. Alright, there's Amulet of Resist, which is actually giving me some damage because of my current statues. And I know I haven't been picking up too much gold. Hopefully I'll be fine. Kind of wanted to make it a little bit shorter of a video, change up the intro instead of going around thinking, rambling, trying to figure out everything with the character. I just went ahead and set it up, and I'm telling you what I ended up going with. And in the future we might adjust, but yeah. See how that goes. But basically just running around. It looks like I'm able to get in a combo really easily thanks to Lucky Hat. First shop, let's see what we might want. I think I want more skill power for sure, or more luck for sure. Probably more skill power, and then I'll come back and get this armor. I need 675 monies, and there we go. So I'll buy that. So now armor -43, resist -60. So I'm still mostly worried about resist, but we'll look to fix that when possible. But I really there's only a couple of items that I can even get to upgrade the resist. But we are just chewing through enemies. Also, this build will get better as I get more levels for the character, because I'll have a higher mana pool. So when the Harry Magus procs, I'll get more mana per proc, and that'll be super nice. But as I level up, I'll also be able to scale up the cost more, so it's going to be a lot of scaling and take a long time to basically reach the actual really good setup. Anyway, again, bosses are probably going to be the main thing I worry about. These little enemies are kind of nothing. But the more crit I can get, the more, spell damage, and the more luck I can get, kind of the better. And then from there I want, some resistant armor. Alright, got the life stone, so now I can kill stuff and hopefully not have to pick up as much gold, because I'll have that. And you can kind of hear when I'm out of mana. So the Hairy Magus works with like your current mana, so when I'm low on mana it's going to give me less back. So I kind of need to like try and wait if possible. Maybe I'll try to spam a little more deliberately, instead of spamming for speed in addition for just spamming on cooldown. So I'm gonna try to keep my mana basically full from now on, if possible. Oh right, I can't leech off this guy. So I actually need to wait for the bats. That's will make things easier. And there we go. So first boss, not too difficult. The not being able to leech off of him is always kind of an issue for some classes, because I can't use my skills with the Evil Infusion to leech, or my bow attack with the leech I have from the chapel. Protective powers. I was like, if that is the one that reduces all the cost, that'd be so amazing. Could probably just spam through the next like 2 acts doing that. What's that called? Endless Potential. That's the one. No, I must have been one away. Either way, getting the one to spell piercing was super good, because most of my damage is going to be, you know, magic based. At least I think it's going to be. I'm not using Incendiary Demise, so it might have actually changed. Actually, most of it's going to be physical. Interesting. Incredible Strength, okay. Try to carry that as far as I can. Blood Dagger, kind of a useless item. Not really using my primary right now. Great Hound, getting some more armor. Lots of secrets in here. Heavy Gauntlets. Oh my god, last try, okay. Okay. We're going for max, like, failing? We are. Oh. One away from being the worst possible. Let's go grab this chest, and we're basically ready for next floor. Alright, let's try the memory game. Scythe, 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 circle, circle, X, X, Y, Z. Scythe, circle, okay. Cool, alright. Nice, I guess that's for level 50? 40. Okay. We're now level 40 on our ranger. We'll definitely have enough skill stars, win or lose, on this run to tune this for next time. It's actually pretty fun so far. We've only fought one boss, so it's a little too early to say if it's really viable or not, but it looks good. So I want just more defense, I think. I could pick up Sturdy Belt, Steady Greaves for the 10% damage reduction and get the Sandals of Swiftness, or I can go for the Gladiator's Net and try to work in that stuff. I'm gonna go for the 10% damage reduction and the evasion, just because that's the best for me defensively. I'm not really worried about my offense at this point. It's really just gonna be about surviving and trying to keep my mana high. Don't remember how to do this. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. Okay. Got there. And boss time. I also don't have the last ability, the arrow, that could do a lot of damage. I just don't have it, so not really sure. Oh, I got netted. Yeah, run out of mana is a little deadly on bosses. That's a little scary, but so when I'm AoEing in these huge groups, it's pretty easy to get enough crits to get all my mana back, as you can kind of see as I run around. That boss was also with the protective powers and the increased damage. Vigorous Restoration might help us out here. Trickster's Cloak. Some extra evasion. Always helpful. Alright, so there's our exit. So we have 2 statues to the south. The burst damage seems just like crazy. Because I can get up close to something and it like hits with all the arrows and everything just kind of dies. Like that. Well, if I'm in combo. Alright, as far as items go, I think I want... since I'm not attacking them, I'm going to go Defender's Halberds. When I get attacked, they get disarmed. I'm going to go Ring of Transmutation to keep my mana higher, hopefully. And I'll also go with Wizard's Wand here to get the extra resist. You could go for the Ring here to get the 10% health and mana regen, but I'm really just about the defense. It's all about like surviving the Wisp at this point, and the mages in Act 5, and probably you know, figuring out our boss damage. Because it seemed okay, but it's not like amazing. Elven Ruby, that'll help with our crit. And if I see a forge, I'm going to craft the other scepter to get the remaining crit for my character. I should have the rest of it. At 35, the ruby gives me a little extra. There's Heartseeker, that's on primary. And we only have primary items attuned. I don't have any of the spell power items attuned, so this could be even more min-maxed. I also didn't change over the chapel, could have an extra 100 crit damage bonus for the caster. For skills. Cloak and mini pockets, whatever. I'm a little bit worried about wraiths because it seems like my best damage is when I can get close and burst, and the wraiths are they kind of work the same way. When they can get really close to you, they burst you, so gonna have to really play it smart. Old map, okay, cool. Alright, and we're out of here. Don't recall where I saw the exit. Must be all the way in the south. I'll go through this middle to get this XP. Yeah, okay, it was all the way on the other side. And if my previous runs tell me anything, I should pick up a couple of silver keys. I missed like 2 other ones, but it'll be alright. Alright, boss time. We still have protective powers and the regen, so it should make it a little easier. See, I'm running out of mana. Also need to try to have it to where the wraiths don't fly into me. That's kind of a problem. Drains your mana. But when they land like that, it's pretty good. I can AoE all of them at the same time. Seal of Souls, that's pretty decent. So when my mana is low, I'll deal more damage, but my mana will usually be higher, so I won't have to worry about that. But not a bad pickup. My mana does dip, then I do more damage. And hopefully we have enough evasion to where we can just kind of kill these and keep running. I also have leech on our skills, so as long as I'm hitting stuff, I can probably out-leech that stuff. But just a little sketch. So I'm gonna try to be careful. I'll have to be a little more careful on the next floor when there's the red wisp. Curios, so a little extra regen, or resist. And armor, but I'm mostly worried about magic damage. Scepter of Kings, it's a pretty decent pickup. Extra damage for all my skills. And we are ready to get out of here. Take a quick look for any secrets, bookshelves, all that kind of stuff, cracks in the walls. We have a button. And it just gave me like an apple and a diamond. No thank you. Okay, exit's been revealed. We also have an imp somewhere. There he is over there. Send gold to town. No thanks. Sword of Kings, wow. Blowgun doesn't do anything for me really. I mean, it automatically shoots when I use my skills, so it poison stuffs for free, but I'm not really doing anything that takes advantage of it. So I'm just going around killing stuff. My health does ping pong a little bit against these guys, but as long as I can run to like the next pack. Yeah, that could have been deadly, but if I can hit the next pack, then I just kind of leech to full. Alright, there's a button. Didn't see where it was, but I don't see anything interesting. So I'm gonna get out of here. Alright, I see a shop, so I didn't get screwed out of the shop. I see a secret in the bookcase, I want to get that before I go too far. So we got the regen ring, so that's cool. Bloodletter, why not? Last book I need. Exit portal. Right back where I was. Alright, we also have a monolith, so that could be really good for the next fight. Go ahead and grab this though. Ooh, that took a lot of damage. Alright, I'm gonna leech first. It should be 2-piece Markhams because I started with the purse. Got to go around to actually do the shop. So basically the higher NG you play this build, since you have to get close to the enemies, the like more you're gonna have to respect like caster damage, magic damage. So I can get the extra piece of kings to get the skill speed. Definitely gonna take that. It also gives me defense. I'm also gonna go with the pot helm for defense, and maybe even the boots because they're kind of defensive, and the other stuff doesn't really strike me. I mean, there's 10 skill power for that, but I think I want the boots just to move a little quicker. So now we look at my stats. I'm at 24 armor, negative 42 resist. Kings is not attuned yet. We've attuned some of the littler items, so those are really adding up. Alright, so I have a monolith to get, and I guess I'm going to kill stuff down below. Gold fever. You know what? That is a chance of killing my character. I'll just continue on. I don't expect there to be anything over there. We'll just go fight the boss, and we should be able to get a lot of XP in this next act. I'm only 41 out of 45, almost 42. Okay, kind of want to be close. I just don't want to get like shotgunned. So I'm gonna try to like... Should I try to stand on top of him and tank him that way? I probably could. I can do it as primary. I probably should be able to do it as this. I'll try it on the next one. I think he was right about here. Okay, so that worked. You can see the ignite does so much damage to me because I'm at the negative. So yeah, something to keep in mind if you want to do that. So you can leech through it, but you got to be ready to get out, because that ignite is going to do a lot of damage to you, and be ready to use a potion. So I'm gonna play it safe here and play more ranged again, which will be less damage, but it'll be way safer. So. Okay. Didn't even look like less damage, but it was. It still looked pretty convincing. And the fight after this is going to be the vampire. He's going to be an interesting one. He just moves around so much. Alright, I want to keep my mana kind of high. Trying to watch it come back. You just gotta be careful when you get too close to him, because he can do his machine gun attack and take you out pretty easily. So I know he's over here somewhere, so I'm going to fight on this side of the arena, so I have more room to work with. Trying to keep my mana kind of high. Okay. There we go. So we got the pickaxe. And we can continue on. So, scariest thing about this axe is definitely going to be mages. But we can luckily see where most things are. But also 1 XP. The guys that charge you and stun can also be pretty deadly. But we should be able to kind of kill them before they even have a chance to hit me. And a lot of it's going to be as long as I keep moving, I'll be fine. Because I'm just like naturally dodging like everything. Getting slowed by the frost mage is a little scary though. Those guys are pretty tanky. They have a lot of magic resist. Scarab of Protection, that's gonna help a good bit. Oh, I missed. Ooh. We'll just use a potion. I panicked. Okay, yep. Trying to go back and forth, and then when we switched over, I just panicked and started running. God, those mini bosses are super tanky. Alright, we have another secret. Monster Manual Undead, so it'll give me some extra XP. So, yeah, those traps are really scary, so I need to pay attention to that a little more. Not go as YOLO. Because my magic resist is very bad. Alright, well, evasion's nice. Okay, let's continue on. Gotta go back for an imp. God, he chunked me at the very end. Should be over here. Gave me some gold. Nice. Yeah, the minus 42 is really hurting me. Also not being able to use the rain of arrow as much as I normally do, because I normally use it just for the movement speed. But since it makes you lose health, I gotta keep track of that and not just use it willy-nilly all the time. So many numbers everywhere. What we got here? Greater insight. Alright, let's gonna finish off these levels real quick. God, my life is just ping-ponging. Okay, so I'm at 43. I may not even get to 45, but we'll see. Alright, that trap is an ace chest, so I don't have to go after that. Which if I play it like before, it would probably not work out for me. I love when you hit enough stuff that the sound breaks. Ring of Rejuvenation. That should be the third. Finish off that set. That was one level, so we have one level to go. Go ahead and get my items. Maybe they'll help me clear this faster and safer. Dang, no what's it called? Amulet of Kings, but we have Markham's Amulet. That'll give me the 3-piece here, so I'll take that. I probably should take the extra evasion as well, because it's 8 plus the 5. Yeah, sounds good. And then I think I'll take the Lucky Horseshoe. So lots of luck, lots of evasion, some crit. Now we actually, we almost gained, we gained what, 46 resist there? So that actually did help a lot. And we're set up to get the next set, which would be another 42. Alright, well there's the last piece of the Trickster set. So that's cool. We've completed like quite a few sets. The Journeyman set, the Ring of Rejuvenation set, we have 3-piece Kings, 3-piece Markhams. Anything else? 4-piece tricksters. I don't know if I said that. I also have a forge up there. Gotta think about what I want to forge. Probably the other crit item. Or Amulet of Kings. Well, there's the crit item. Never mind. So maybe Amulet of Kings if I can afford it. Just to make sure this goes well. Amulet of Kings, yes. 45 ore, definitely worth it for me. So the imp is probably over here, over here. Yep, there he is. Give me some keys, not an ace key, so I don't need to go back to that other one. But I probably wouldn't have any problem with it at all at this point. I'm now up to 41 magic resist. So it's been quite a good floor for me. Reinforced gloves, I'll take it. But I don't want to get too confident, so there's going to be these 4 mages. I need to not be super close to them to where I can get bursted. I'll try to basically take out one at a time, just to play it a little safe. Because I think if I eat all the overlaps, I'm going to have a real bad time. Hey, I dropped an item. Hail of Thorns. I also got to level 45. So I don't have to worry about killing anything in the next act. I can just kind of rush to Thundersnow. We'll see how that boss goes. So I don't want to get hit by his little blade attack. And I want to stand kind of between him and the wall. But when he starts doing his blade attack, peace out. I'm really scared of getting bladed. I'll do a couple on top of them and then move away. Alright, that got him. So we got the Mask of Bewilderment and the Elven Bow. It also didn't go dark because I have the lantern, so that's cool. Let's see, we have to go after here actually. So we have Ace Key, Gold Chest, Monolith, and we're done. Alright, Ace Key, Gold Chest, Monolith. Is that another piece of Markham's? No, there's Robe of the Archmagi. Still pretty good. Extra 20 resist. So we're not one-shotting these Trogs. That's a little concerning. Protective power is very nice here. Definitely have that for Thundersnow. Alright, there's a chest down there, so I can just go right to the exit. Let's see what we have here. We have a gold chest, silver chest, monolith, gold chest, plunger. Okay. I guess I want the, like, damage monolith again. Would be great. Dragon scale mail. Okay. Getting quite beefy at this point. Another piece of Markham's or King's would be insane. But the other King's item is only the crown, so that can only really come from the last ace chest. Alright, Boots of the Giant, so we will not be getting any more Markham's items unless we get super lucky on this, but I feel like I always get a common item here. Maybe every now and then I'll get a green item. Yeah, little Hunter's Knife. That's a damage to beast, so decent against Thundersnow, extra 20% damage. Alright, let's see what they have for me. Spirit Cloak. Okay. I like Spirit Cloak. Who got stunned there? A little too close. Alright. Not the most like convincing boss fight of all time, but worked out. So for stats, let's take a look. Damage dealt 32 million, 22 million was physical, 10 magical. So actually, way more as a physical than magical than usual. We usually do tons of magical damage. We're usually doing the yeah. Anyway, max damage dealt was 14,000. Other runs we've done 64,000, so it just shows the primary single target is getting you these crazy numbers, but this is like this much damage, but in AoE form, basically. Max damage taken 109, not bad. Damage blocked. Trying to think of like anything else interesting to see. I actually used a potion this run, that's something. 30-minute run, so a little faster. And yeah, that's all the stats. Anyway. That is NG+5 for the Ranger as a skill-based class, so if I continue doing this, I would definitely attune the Staff of Auto Casting and the other crit item. So, do I want to do it again? Do I want to try like a full-on, I can change the chapel and all of that, try one more time? I don't know. It didn't seem very convincing bosses. I felt way safer as a primary build, but it was still really fun. And I could see this once it ramps up in the later NGs to where, you're like almost one-shotting bosses anyway. It doesn't really matter if you're not, doing as much damage as a primary or whatever. You're gonna have more than enough damage. So we're gonna tune some things. Probably won't be any skill-based items. I think we have most of the defensive items already done, but I'm going to take a quick look. Seal of Souls is what I wanted to do, just because it's going to be 100% more damage for the primary build. I'm also going to do the Pendant of Penance, so that'll be 100% more damage as well. It looks pretty scary as far as magic damage goes, so I think I want to go ahead and get... go ahead and get the Amulet of Kings done. That's going to be big. So Amulet of Kings will be knocked out, and I might even do the Duelist Edge, just have all the evasion possible. That leaves me with 8 stars, which is only enough for 2 common items. So I'll go ahead and pick up... What do I want to pick up? I guess the Aberrations. Decent. Mail of Thorns gives me armor. I'll take that. That's fine. Alright, so anyway, that is the Ranger NG+5. If you want to see any particular run, just let me know. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.